website to actually do things and have behavior. So if we take the Google website as an example again, once we receive these files from Google's server, when our browser loads up the HTML files, we'll get to see the structure of the website. Namely, there's one image, which is their logo, there's two buttons, and there's a text box where we can enter our search. Now, when we receive the CSS files, then that will modify the appearance of all of those components. We don't have any more buttons or any more images, but they now look the way that Google wanted it to. And finally, when we incorporate the JavaScript files, then our website actually starts having behavior. It has functionality and it's actually able to do something rather than just display some images and text to us. Now, with the knowledge that we've already acquired, we can already start messing around with websites on the internet. So open up Chrome and head over to TechCrunch.com. And if you're not familiar with it, it's basically a technology news website where I get my latest tech news. Once you're over here, I want you to right-click on the title here and click on Inspect. Now, this brings up the Chrome developer tools, and we're going to be exploring this in a lot more detail. But for now, we're going to use it to do something really simple. You can see that when I right-click on that heading and click Inspect, it automatically opens up the entire code file that was used to render this website. So these are all of the elements that make up this website. And when you click on Inspect, it will highlight to you the part of the code that corresponds to the thing that you right-clicked, right? In this case, it's this title. And inside this title, you can see that there is a link, which means that when you click on it, it'll go to another web page, but it's also got a bit of text. So right inside Chrome Developer Tools, if you double click on the bit of text that corresponds to the title, you can actually edit it. So let's go ahead and change the front page of TechCrunch. Let's say something like, so this is a great way of pranking your friends, especially when they can see that you're on TechCrunch.com and the title or any of the text on the website is what you want it to say. And this is a great joke to play on friends who are maybe not quite as technologically advanced as you because they haven't taken the course that you have. Now, unfortunately, when I hit refresh on this website, all of my good work is gone. And the reason is because when I'm editing it here, inside my browser, I'm actually changing the local copy of this file that I got back from the servers. But when I click refresh, then that makes a new request to the servers to load up a fresh copy of the website. So of course, then it updates to the original content. But in the coming lessons, we're going to be working with HTML, CSS, and JavaScript so that you can create and host live on the internet your very own websites. And through learning how to code and how to build websites, you're going to be able to make websites that say anything that you want it to, look the way that you want it to, and have the functionality that you need. So for all of that and more, I'll see you in the next lesson. Down to the place where I've got the troubleshooting instructions. And all right, so first things first, before we do anything else, we first have to get set up and ready for web development. So I'm going to walk you through a couple of applications that we'll be using pretty much full time during this course. There's two major tools that we'll rely on, and that is going to be the Chrome browser and the Atom text editor.
Atom là cái IDE của VS Code rồi thôi.
And between these two tools, we're going to achieve a lot. And later on in the course, when we're introducing more advanced concepts, such as using the command line or using a database, then we'll install other things as we go along. But to get started, the most important applications we need to install are just these two. Now, you might already have Chrome installed, but if you don't, then be sure to check out the web development course resources list, which I'll link to in this current lesson. And it's really, really important that you check over here because every single time I mention a link or every single time I try to point you towards something, the links will show up over here and you'll be able to click on it to save you all the trouble of having to type it all out. First things first, if you don't have Chrome installed, then open up this page in your browser and just click on this link to go ahead and download and install Chrome. And that should be pretty simple, and it will guide you through the process. So now that you've downloaded the browser you need, the next step is to install a code editor. And out there are so many different code editors. For example, Atom or VS Code, Sublime, Brackets, and if you think about it, all that you need to actually write code is just some form of text editor. So you could, if you really wanted to, even use something like Notepad. But the downside of Notepad is it doesn't have all of the great features that some of these other specialized code editors have. So two of my favorite are Atom and VS Code, and I use both of them pretty regularly. Now, in the course videos, you'll see me use Atom, but if you have a strong preference towards one of these others or any other code editor that you're already used to that you want to use instead, then feel free to do that. But if you have no strong preferences, then I recommend we go ahead and install the Atom text editor. And it's completely free to download and install. So if you just head over to atom.io or go through the web development course resource list, then you should land on this page. And it very cleverly figures out what system you have that you're running. So for example, at the moment I'm running macOS and I'm on macOS 10.9 or later. So all you have to do is just go ahead and click download. And once download has completed, then you can simply head over to your downloads folder and double click to unzip that package. And now you will see Atom show up. The last thing you have to do is just to move this application into your applications folder. On the Mac, it's just a matter of heading over to your Macintosh hard drive and then your applications folder and then dragging in that Atom application that you just downloaded in your downloads over into here. And then you
What the fuck? Đen. Bình thường á. Mày sao? Không xem rồi à? Nhưng mà sao lại đen đi? Có đen đi đâu? Màn hình gì không hiện gì? Ủa? Phải? Nãy giờ không hiện gì à?
Hắn hiện chỉ sắp thôi, chỉ hiện sắp thôi.
Từ nãy giờ, từ lúc bắt đầu đến giờ á?
Không, từ cái video này thôi, từ cái video này thôi.
Sao
Bây
nhỉ?
giờ 3 phút 16 giây, mình chụp ảnh màn hình mới coi.
Ủa? Bị sao vậy? Ủa tao chụp nó cũng đen xì luôn này.
Nãy giờ như dưới mà. Chim mà hắn giỏi rất được.
Làm được mà.
À.
Nhưng mà mấy cái video khác thì vẫn xem được à?
Có một video này không còn xem được rồi. Xem video tiếp theo coi, mình xem video tiếp theo có được không nào.
All right, guys, it's Angela from the App again. So at this stage, I'm pretty.
Mình không theo được rồi. VIP Pro nhỉ?
All right, so now.
Xứng đáng làm thầy mình.
What exactly?
Tiếp hỏi thằng kia bảo được mà.
Thằng nào?
Một thật.